Hello, this is Michael Reid, once again coming to you guys from Reid's Premier Martial Arts in Marietta, Georgia. I hope that you are festive and getting prepared for a happy holiday season. I received a very good question from Phyllis up in Washington, D.C., so it's great to know that we're reaching more people than just in our southern area. And Phyllis's question had to do more with the idea of how do we test internal arts. Now, I found this to be pretty interesting because right now at my school, we just went through formal testing in our adult self-defense featuring Krav Maga program and in our youth programs. When we test something as human beings and individuals, we want to know where we stand. So I always tell people that when you used to play a football game, that was the test. How was my team versus the other team, and could we be victorious? When we do martial arts, for instance, we have measurements and bars and things that we are trying to hit on a reasonable basis, and we can measure that. But also as a teacher, one of the things that I look for, and one of the things that I was evaluating with my own students, were the subjective things, the things that are harder to evaluate on a line scale. What is a person's intensity like? What have they conceptually learned and grasped? How do they respond under pressure? Have they grown? Do they have courage? Do they, can they face? All these things are the subjective aspects of testing. And these are the things that really come into play in our internal arts training. I've been very fortunate. My instructors that I've had have been what I call people who are focused kind of here in the reality, and they have all embedded in me this idea that we shouldn't fool ourselves, that we should make sure that when something's happening that it's actually real and not something that we just think is real. So the key to being successful and the key to testing within the internal arts is what we call mental and physical discipline. It requires mental discipline for us to meditate, to train our internal arts, like Qigong or Tadagalam or whatever, and then it's through that disciplined approach, okay, of physical discipline, that we're able to elevate ourselves so that we can sustain, or so that we can gain a measure of looking deep inside of ourselves so that we can feel what we call the subtle changes that take place. So the methodology by which we utilize to measure internal growth is a little bit different, okay? One of my instructors always talks about the side effect, okay? And I think that's a huge thing. As Americans, we oftentimes like to focus on exactly what's taking place and what we can get for it right now. But often in internal studies, okay, through that disciplined approach that leads to a higher level of spirituality and a higher level of awareness and an awareness of their subtle body, it's those side effects that everyone can see, but it's what takes place inside of us that's really important. So that's what I got for you guys today. Have a happy and safe holiday season. If you have any questions for me, once again, reach out to me at michael@masterreid.com, and I will see you guys a little bit later. Aloha, and I shall see you soon.